back up a little bit?
Yeah.
Start over. Anyhow, I'm Scott Goebel with Edison, and I'm here to basically address concerns and kind of help you guys understand a little bit what's going on in the port, both of Los Angeles and the port of Long Beach. Huge ports that take in about a third of the commerce that goes into the United States every single year. Multi-billion-dollar industry. Every single day, virtually, in the Daily Breeze and the LA Times, there's an article. So I encourage you as students to read, what you see in the newspaper when you see it, and kind of pick up on, some of the articles that are going on. Today's Daily Breeze talks about diesel trucks. $400 million going to be spent to try to clean up diesel trucks, and I'll be able to help you understand what that means and what it means to all of us. I applaud you for being concerned with the environment. We all should be concerned with the environment. We all live here, and we're going to continue, hopefully. Here's an article a month ago talking about a cargo fee that was put in down by the ports, and what does that relate to? But the question I ask is, who knows what cold ironing is? You don't have to be shy. Here, does anyone know what cold ironing is?
Cold ironing?
Cold ironing. If not, you'll be able to learn what it is. It's a term that's used for plugging in a vessel or a ship to the electric grid that's going to be coming from Southern California Edison or LADWP down at the ports. So what it is ship-to-shore power. Is the same thing where you're going to plug the ship in, and where normally the ship used to come in and it used to idle at berth, and you would see the smoke coming out of the stacks. I don't know how many of you had a relative go off on a 3-day cruise or one of the cruises out of LA. And you sit there and you look, and here's the smokestacks going while you're going on the ship, and you go, excuse me. I mean, it's not all as glamorous as, where they have the love boat and, all that stuff. It's smoky, and it's bad. Those ships are going to be plugging into the grid, and those smokestacks won't be idling when they're at berth. It's good for the environment. But when we look at the ports, there's 3 main components that they have honed in on, besides dealing with the air and dealing with cleaning it up. And one of them has to deal with the diesel sources and the pollution sources. That comes from the trucks, from the rail, and then from the vessels, or the ships that come in. So how many of you guys drive? Okay. How many of you have been driving like on the freeway, on the 710 freeway? Many of you already ventured out to the freeways. Well, when you're on that 710 freeway, you're there with lots of trucks every single day. Those trucks are just hauling cargo from one of the ports 20 miles up to near downtown Los Angeles. Then they take those containers off of that truck, and they put it onto a train. And those trains are all hooked up, and they have trains that are like a mile long, and then they ship them out to Chicago or Atlanta or somewhere in the United States. So it's a very short run, and they're trying to work to clean those trucks up. How do you clean a truck up? What's this $400 million? What they started was about a month ago. They said, we're going to charge the end user. How many of you guys shop at Walmart?
Never.
Never. How many at Target?
I shop at Walmart.
Walmart and Target. How many shop at Sam's Club? That's Walmart. Anyhow, what happens is those containers are coming in. Primarily the ones that come here are coming from the Orient somewhere. And they're saying, wait a minute, you're buying your TV set for $110? Well, there's more than the $110 that TV set costs. It costs the health of some students in Long Beach or in San Pedro or people that are living around there. And so what they've done is they're charging a cargo fee for that piece, that 20-foot container that's on that ship. They're charging a fee per 20-foot container, and that money is going into a pot. Okay, and they estimate that's going to be millions of dollars a year, $400 million in 3 years. Now what they're doing is they say, okay, you guys that drive the freeways, how many of the trucks look new on those freeways when you're driving? Not too many. And a lot of them look old. And quite frankly, I get up next to them and their tires kind of look a little slick. There's some things with the operation of those trucks that need major improvements. So what they're doing is they're saying starting in October of this year, and they're hoping actually July, is any truck that was made in 1989 or older is not going to be allowed in the ports anymore. And they have to have a newer truck that's going to go in. And ultimately, over a couple of year period of time, all the trucks are going to be 2007 models or newer. Now what does that do? They're still running on diesel. There's still trucks. There's still trucks on our freeway. But the engines in the trucks, when they're newer, emit a lot less carbon and are a lot more energy efficient as far as the diesel operating. Now, Edison comes in and we say, well, we want some alternative type of fuel trucks, ones that run on natural gas, ones maybe that run on electricity, and as that technology comes, you can lower the emission levels even further. What we're trying to do is, you guys all look down at the port and you've seen that brown haze around there. Well, you think that's all over there? It's not. It comes all the way over here. It goes all the way out to Rio Hondo. It goes all the way to Pomona. It's all throughout the LA basin. Even though the pollution looks like it's concentrated at those ports, it disperses everywhere. We breathe it. Everyone breathes it. So there's a major issue that comes in with the trucks. And it's being addressed. The framework was already in place, and the trucks will be modernized over a period of time. Rail. You guys have all seen rail, trains on the track. You see them where they're puffing the smoke. You see them when they're stopped and they're still puffing the smoke. They pollute a lot. They use a lot less fuel to carry so many tons of cargo, but they still pollute a lot. What they're trying to do is bring the rail spurs down right next to where the vessel is. So here you have a crane, a vessel, a ship that comes in, and they come in with 8,000, 10,000. They're going to be coming with 12,000 of those TEUs, 20-foot equivalent containers on it. That's going to be a huge ship. They're going to come in, and then they're going to offload the ship with electric cranes, so the pollution is going to be reduced considerably, straight onto a rail car. Then they're going to take the rail car out to what they call an intermodal rail station, and they're going to connect those cars together. Okay, these are all the ones going to Chicago. These are the ones all going to Atlanta. These are going to St. Louis, and they'll hook them all up, and then those trains will go on out and deliver whatever they have. But what they're doing here now is the BNSF Railroad has said, we're going to have the least polluting trains operate down at the ports. So they're going to have brand new front ends of these trains that are going to be operating in this area. That reduces the pollution in this basin. Now, I don't know where the other ones are going. I don't think they're going to mothball those. The trucks are going to mothball, but the trains, they're going to go elsewhere. But that's going to improve our air quality in this area.